everyone, my name is Rachel and I'm a student at the University of Maryland, here with the Maryland Family Literacy Program. Today, we're going to be learning about how stories are organized and how to find the who, what, when, where, why, and how of a story. Understanding the who, what, when, where, why, and how of a story is very important because it helps us understand what's going on in a story. This is called the plot. Today, we'll be practicing by describing the movie Frozen together, and then you guys will be practicing with the story of the Little Red Riding Hood. First, let's define what each of these words mean so that we can use them to explain our stories. To figure out the who, you want to ask yourself, who is the character and what's their name? To figure out the what, you want to ask yourself, what is the character doing and what is happening in the story? To figure out the when, you want to ask yourself, during what time period is this story happening? To figure out the where, you also want to ask yourself, where does this story take place? To figure out the why, you want to ask, what's the reason that the character is behaving this way? Why is this happening? To figure out the how, you want to ask yourself, how did this happen? Or, in other words, what happened that made the story end the way that it did? In case you're not familiar with Frozen, let me tell you the story. Anna and Elsa are royal queens who live in Arendelle. It's summertime, and Elsa is supposed to become queen soon, but she's afraid because she's hiding a secret. She has ice powers. At a party, Elsa gets mad at Anna and accidentally uses her ice powers to freeze the castle. Elsa runs away from Arendelle because she doesn't want to hurt anyone. She hides away in the mountain and uses her magical powers to create an ice castle. Anna chases after her sister and goes on a journey to bring her back safely. Let's talk about the who, what, when, where, why, and how of Frozen. So first, our who. Our who in this story is Anna and Elsa. Our what. What happens? Elsa runs away. Let's talk about our when. This story happens during the summer. Let's talk about our where. This story happens in Arendelle. Let's talk about our why. Elsa runs away because she's scared to hurt anyone with her powers. And let's talk about the how. Elsa runs away from the castle and heads to the mountain. She uses her powers to build an ice castle to hide away in. Here's an example for you to try. Read the story of Little Red Riding Hood with me. Every day, Little Red Riding Hood takes treats to her grandma, who lives in the forest. On Friday, she runs into a big bad wolf, who tries to take her treats. She screams "no" to the wolf and goes to her grandma's house. When she gets there, she sees that her grandma looks a little different. It was the wolf dressed as her grandma. She wanted to steal her treats. Little Red was too smart for the wolf's tricks. She beats him and saves her grandma. Now, pause the video and take a minute to answer the 6 questions. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. Let's go over what you should have found. For the who, our who is Little Red Riding Hood. For the what, what's happening? She's taking treats to her grandmother. When she finds the wolf dressed as her grandmother, she knows that it's because he wants to steal her treats. Our when, well, this happens on a Friday. Our where is the forest. And the why is the wolf was mad that the Little Red Riding Hood did not share her treats. Now, how did the wolf trick her? Well, he wore her grandmother's clothes. You can do this activity at home with any movie or book. It will help you understand the story better. Answer the questions who, what, where, when, why, and how, either during or after watching a movie or reading a book. Today, we learned how to find the who, what, when, where, why, and how in each story. This is a really important concept because it helps us to better understand the stories that we're reading. With this technique, we're able to read more complicated stories, and we can break them down into these categories to understand them. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye!